Yo, what's up YouTube? This is all of my ball pythons, and today I'm going to be doing a video update about these individual ball pythons. We are going to start today's video with Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry is maybe just under about a year now. This guy is the only snake that has successfully ever bit me. And it was a feeding response. I was feeding him a couple rats, or I was feeding him a rat, and a couple fell in his pull-out bin, and I tried to pick one of them up, and that's how I got bitten. That's the only time I've ever been bitten. It's no big deal. Left a couple little teeth marks. There was barely a little blood, but when he realized I wasn't food, he let go. But this guy is ready to eat. Anytime I open the cage, this guy comes out straight with the feeding response. The Steph Curry is a very good eater. Once I take him out, he's pretty cool. He doesn't mind being handled. He is starting to get these dots all over his body. That's why they call these guys bananas, because as they get older, they almost, I don't want to say rot, but they get the dots on them like a rotten banana. Like how a rotten banana starts to get the dots all over them. That's why they call these guys a banana ball python, which is a morph, which is a gene that causes the snake to be yellow and get dots all over his body. So this guy is just under a year. He is eating very well. I'm thinking about breeding him with Aisha Curry for sure. His name is Steph Curry, why not? I think these guys are gonna get married. No, I'm just playing. But for the most part, Steph Curry is doing very well, eating very well. I see these guys drink water. His shed always comes off completely. He has no trouble shedding. I make sure that he has the proper heat, the proper humidity. And this guy is growing. He's much bigger than when I first got him. He was eating hoppers when I first got him. Now this guy is eating small rats. Once a week, he's eating small rats. All right, now I'm gonna move on to the next snake. For you all who've never been on my channel, this is Serena. Serena is beautiful. I actually got her as a baby. She's also just under a year. She's grown tremendously since I've gotten her. As you can see, she's an albino, but she's a specific type of albino ball python. She's a candino, which is a albino gene. And then they have the candy albino gene. Well, she's an albino, a regular albino, mixed with the candy albino, which makes a candino. But she is completely sick. I knew she was gonna turn insane when she became older, but she is fully yellow and got a little bit of purple in her. It's like a light purple. I don't know if you guys can see. The camera does not do her justice. She has the red eyes. She's insane. I mean, she looks like a dragon. She's a great eater. She always eats every time I put a rat. And just like Steph Curry, Serena is eating small rats now, and she started off with hoppers as well. So my snakes are getting pretty big. It'll be a couple years before she's able to breed, because she's almost a year now. And ball pythons, females have to get up to 1,500 grams, and they have to be, and that happens within the ages of like 3 to 5, or 3 to however. But she's definitely not ready to breed yet, but in the future she will breed. But her offspring are gonna be long-term projects, and we call them long-term projects because she has a recessive gene. So just like blonde hair, blue eyes, albino is a recessive gene. So the only way to get another albino would be to breed her with another albino or an animal that's het, which means heterozygous for albino. And we're gonna move to the next snake. Now, this is the people's favorite. Don't get me wrong, he is absolutely stunning. I love all my snakes. They're very unique and they have their own thing about them that I love. But the people, my family, everybody seems to love Clay Thompson the most. I mean, he is clutch. What can I say? But everybody seems to love Clay Thompson. He's a great eater. In my opinion, out of all my snakes, he has the best temperament. He's never jumpy. He's always smooth and easygoing. So that's why I named him Clay Thompson. But he's just a very relaxed snake. This guy is actually ready to breed. I'm thinking about not pairing Duchess and Chris Brown up. I'm thinking about pairing him and Duchess up to see what I get. Because this guy is a pewter lesser calico. And he has a pastel gene, so I may have a chance to get some super pastels. But this is the people's favorite. And he's one of my favorite. All my snakes are my favorite. But this guy, you can't go wrong with this guy. He's an absolutely tame snake. I've been having him since he was almost a baby. This guy is eating medium rats. And maybe 6 months, this guy will be eating large rats. He's a great eater. He's ready to breed. Can't go wrong with my boy Clay Thompson. And for the next snake is going to be Ayesha Curry. Now, she's another favorite from everybody. She's very similar to Clay Thompson. Very unique pattern. She's actually what you would call a sub-adult. Very good temperament. Very laid back. Never aggressive. She's never hissed. She's never made any jumps. Her and Clay Thompson, I would say, have to be my best temperamented snakes. Very relaxed, very easy snakes to handle. This definitely has to be one of my favorite, even though I told you all my snakes are my favorite. I would say she'll be ready to breed within the next year, year and a half, and I plan on pairing her up with also Steph Curry. If not Steph Curry, Clay Thompson. But maybe it may be Clay Thompson because I think they have some very unique offspring. I think the clutch would be wicked. They'd come out with all type of genes. And then most of all, a very docile, well-mannered, temperamented snake that doesn't hiss. You have a heightened chance when you take a tame snake and breed it with a tame snake. You have a very, very decent chance of having offspring that are the same. But Ayesha Curry is a inchy cream. Heterozygous, het for citrus ghost. So that's what she is. Now, I'm not exactly sure about too much about that particular gene, but I just know that they're all co-dominant genes and she is completely wicked. And she looks yellow, maybe like an albino, but see, the thing about her is no recessive genes. This is all dominant and co-dominant genes, which means her offspring are gonna resemble some of her characteristics. Doesn't that make her amazing, guys? So, and on top of that, her temperament is amazing. So now we are going to move to the next snake. Stay tuned. Chris Brown, guys. Chris Brown is my adult male. I bought him from somewhere outside of Willow Ranch, Texas, I want to say. From a commercial breeder. This guy actually was my most expensive snake. I'm not going to put a value on that. I'm not going to say a number because I believe all my snakes are maybe undervalued. I'm not saying I should have bought them for more. I'm just saying I don't want to put a price on an animal that I've grown to love. So, but this guy was my most expensive snake. And he has the most genes. He has 5 genes. This is a bamboo bumblebee, heterozygous for fire. Guys, that is 5 genes. Now, when I first got him, he wasn't eating too well. I was a little concerned, but he's a picky eater. He went maybe about 3 months without eating, which wasn't the best thing, but now this guy is consistently eating small and medium rats. I try to mix it up. When he refuses food, the next time I offer him food, I give him a small rat. When I see that he's taking food, I give him a medium. But this guy has been eating. He's very active. He's easygoing once you take him out. But I would have to say, out of all of my ball pythons, Chris Brown is the worst temperament. Not that he's aggressive, not that he's striky, but it's almost like he's indecisive. And he's very edgy, like he's on the edge. He's always antsy, like he won't strike at you, but he'll jump back very fast. He's a super skeptical snake, which I understand because I'm a large mammal. I look like probably a monkey. So for the most part, he's not going. But you see, as I take him out and I handle him more, he's okay. You know, he'll move around, but he's always hiding his head. When I first got him, I couldn't even see his face. In the picture that he was solicited for on Morph Market, where I bought him from, where I purchased him from, the 2 out of 5 of the pictures had him with his head hidden. He was wrapped up. I mean, he's just a super weird acting snake. But in terms of genes, he's a powerhouse. And I've grown to love him for who he is, his temperament. So with that being said, he's not the easiest snake to handle. You have to have a little bit of experience, but you know, he's not completely impossible. He's, like I said, he's not striky. He's just a little weird acting. But for the most part, he's absolutely stunning. He has 5 genes. He has a bamboo gene. He has a pastel gene. He has a spider gene. And he has a... I'll have to get back with you on that last gene. And then he's heterozygous for fire. So that's 5 genes. I mean, this guy's a powerhouse. And I love this guy. Grown and love this guy, Chris Brown. So he's a little weird acting, but it's all good. And for the next snake, last but not least, Duchess. Duchess is the OG. Duchess was my first snake. Literally. I've been having Duchess for 4 years. Maybe a bit longer, maybe close to 5, maybe 4.5, something like that. But Duchess is a pastel female. I don't know if you guys can see her eyes, but they're like almost like hazel. She has very beautiful eyes. And she's very well temperamented. I mean, she's my biggest ball python, and she has a very, very good attitude. Now, from time to time, she may get hungry and she may come up out the cage looking for food, but that's very rare. Sometimes she'll hide her head and ball up. She doesn't want to be handled, but that's very rare. Duchess has been in the hands of all of my nephews, all of my family, some of my aunts, my cousins, you name them, they've held Duchess. Duchess laid a clutch for me about 6 months ago. The clutch did not survive. I believe Chris Brown was the father of the eggs. But I did do something to make Chris Brown jealous. I actually paired her up with Klay Thompson. Now, I know Klay Thompson is not a full adult. He's a sub-adult. But I believe his sperm works. I believe that he actually can produce. So there's no telling who exactly was the father or who fathered the clutch of eggs that passed away in the incubator. But who knows? I wouldn't have known until the clutch hatched, which they didn't hatch. They passed away, unfortunately. But Duchess is ready to breed. Duchess laid 6 eggs, which is decent. Ball pythons lay anywhere from 6 to 8 eggs, so that's decent. That's not extremely little, and that's not a lot, but it's consistent. 6 eggs, healthy snake. Duchess scared me for a while because she went off of food for about 6 months. I was offering her food every week, and she just wouldn't eat, but she came back strong. She eats very well. She's been eating large rats. In the past, I used to feed her jumbos, but consistently she's eating large rats. So great temperament. She will be breeding. I'm not sure who I'm going to pair her up with, but she is a proven breeder. She has surprised me and laid eggs. I mean, I didn't even know she was gravid. For all you who don't know what the term gravid means, we don't call reptiles pregnant or snakes pregnant. In scientific terms or in reptile slang or terms, the term is gravid. Gravid. It means a pregnant snake, a pregnant lizard, whatever reptile, pregnant. For the most part, so I didn't even know she was gravid. One day I was cleaning out my snake rack of ball pythons and I realized she was laying eggs. I mean, it caught me off guard. I was amazed. I called all my family. I was pairing her up actively with Chris Brown and I did a little bit of Klay Thompson. So unfortunately, I passed her around a little bit, but I didn't do it with the intentions to try to breed her or both. I did it with the intentions that maybe Chris Brown smelled Klay Thompson and that made him go into like a forced mindset of breeding. So not sure who fathered the clutch of eggs, but you can be expecting another clutch of eggs in the next 4 to 5 months. I'll be pairing up with Chris Brown, maybe. But see, I have 3 possibilities because the thing about ball pythons is the males can breed almost as babies. Now, I'm not gonna say it's hatchlings or anything like that, but they can breed much smaller than a female can. So remember I told you a female ball python has to be at least 1,500 grams to be able to breed, which is within the ages of 3 to 5 years old. Now, the males can breed at Steph Curry size, at Klay Thompson size. I mean, literally half the size. I mean, even 1/4 of the size, they can still pair with the female. So I have 3 possibilities. I have Steph Curry, I have Klay Thompson, and I have Chris Brown. I literally have 3 males, 3 females. So with that being said, I don't know what direction I'm gonna go towards. I mean, all of my males have dominant or co-dominant genes, and all of my males, with the exception of Steph Curry, have a pastel gene. So I also have the possibility of making some super pastels or maybe some super pastel bamboos. Who knows what I can do if I pair up with Chris Brown, super pastel bamboos, or maybe super pastel spiders, or maybe super pastel bumblebee spiders, or bumblebee bamboos. Who knows what I can produce? I don't know if I said a lot of those right, but you guys know where I'm headed. If I pair up with Steph Curry, I may get some pastel bananas. You know, which is insane. Those are all co-dominant genes. If I pair up with Klay Thompson, I may get some super pastel calicos. I may get some super pastel spiders. Who knows? You know, so I can go in a lot of different directions, and I'm extremely grateful that I had the opportunity to capitalize on the opportunity to be able to purchase some of these animals, because not only is it my hobby, but it's a chance that I can breed and make money off of my hobby and keep my hobby going. I can fund my own hobby. So for you who like reptiles, if you're gonna collect ball pythons, why not get into commercial breeding? The hobby will pay for itself. You don't have to spend the money that you make outside of the reptile trade. You will be able to spend the money on your animals that you're making off of your animals. Does that make any sense, guys? Am I just rambling off at the mouth? I may be rambling off at the mouth, but I'm super excited for this opportunity. That was an update on my ball pythons. Stay tuned. I will do an update on my boa constrictors, Lucy and Allen Iverson. I don't know if you guys know, but I changed my new boa constrictor, my Nicaraguan boa constrictor. His name is not Allen Iverson. I had to do AI. And I'm saying AI for those who do know who Allen Iverson is, but if you don't, AI means Allen Iverson. One day I plan on breeding Allen Iverson to Lucy, and that'll make a cross between a Nicaraguan and a Colombian boa constrictor, which are 2 different subspecies from 2 different locations, one from Nicaragua and one from Colombia. So I don't know what type of localities those 2 will create, but who knows, you know, for the future. And I will be doing an update on my tortoise, Squirt. Today I fed him some squash, I fed him some collard greens, fed him some carrots. So he's over there grubbing right now. I'm not gonna disturb him. That's an animal, extremely slow growth process, but it's very rewarding. He can possibly get up to 500 pounds. He's gonna live potentially for 500 years, and I plan on passing Squirt down to my grandchildren. So with that being said, I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. That's the update on my ball pythons. Stay tuned. For you all who haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe to my channel. I'll be showing you guys all type of different things in reference to my animals, all type of educational things. Like and subscribe. You can follow me at lavish_exotics1 on Instagram. Please like and subscribe. I need my channel to grow. I need to get to 100 subscribers before May. May is approaching. It's okay, guys, if I don't. But the only way I can grow is if you guys help me out, give me the HBO special, help a brother out. I don't know if y'all heard that before, but that's the only way I can grow and get to 100 subscribers before May, if y'all help a brother out. So please help a brother out and like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you guys notice some things that I can use improvement on, definitely let me know. I accept constructive criticism. Don't go on my comment section and type all type of nasty stuff, you know. For the most part, keep it professional. Let's keep it respectful. Let's respect one another. But for sure, you guys can give me constructive criticism on what I can improve on. I know I'm not perfect. I know I have a lot of room to grow. I know I'm a beginner on YouTube, so I'm just now getting familiar with everything. But that's it for today, guys. That was an update on my ball pythons. Maybe some breeding ideas in the future. An update on how my ball pythons are eating. Update on their health, update on their size. You guys get the gist of it. Like and subscribe, Lavish Exotics. Follow me on Instagram, lavish_exotics1. And I'm out. Peace.